Hey guys, my name is Devontae, and I sacrifice my time so you don't motherfucking have to. Okay, so I kind of lied a little bit. Well, do you consider lying not telling people the truth? I mean, like, is a lie like directly like I'm just gonna come to you and I'm gonna just say words that are absolutely not true? Like, is that a lie, or is a lie more so like you just don't say anything, period? You just kind of hold it to yourself. Like I wonder, like, is that perjury in court? Like, if I were to stand on a stand and I'd be like, I'm a mute, I don't want to say it. I mean, isn't that like the Fifth Amendment? I don't have to say anything if I don't want to motherfucking say anything, right? That's not perjury. Perjury is saying words that don't happen to be true. So technically, I take that back. I didn't lie. The only thing that's lied about is your birth certificate. Go look at it. I guarantee you, if you see someone else's name that isn't my name or your father's birth certificate, it's a lie. Okay, tonight, Raw, tonight, I said that I was gonna not review Raw. I said that I wasn't gonna review NXT because I can't because of my schedule. Well, here's the thing. I'm on vacation. I never told you guys I was on vacation because today's my first day of my vacation, but I am indeed on vacation. And there was a part of me that was like, should I say anything? Because I really might not. Because, like, you know, I'm not going to say I'm obligated, but I think it's the channel's obligation at the very least to review, you know, AEW Dynamite and Collision, to review Friday Night SmackDown. It's not really an obligation when I have to review Raw or NXT because, you know, technically I can't review those shows half the time because I'm at work. I could just sit here and just not review it, and you guys would think no differently. Oh, he's at work, he's not going to review Raw. Or I could just come out and say that I'm on vacation and, you know, try to get some of them sweet fucking views from, you know, some of you people who, for some reason, like me. I mean, it's weird. It's like liking a rapist. But I can do that. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to exploit you because that's the kind of person I am. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and get ready to get fucking exploited. Let's talk about Raw for tonight. Is it going to be a good show, or are we going to get some more? Because I heard Triple H is like creatively in charge. If you guys are wondering why I didn't do a video on that, it's because I don't buy that bullshit. But that's perfectly fine. They say he's in charge, so let's see what we have on the tap for tonight. We have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to face the Judgment Day in a huge undisputed tag team title rematch. Oh, that sounds like, oh, Triple H, if you're in charge, man, it sounds like you're taking a lot of influence from Vinnie Mac. Bronson Reed versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. Ooh, that should be good. Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the Falls Count Anywhere match. Okay, I take that back. Maybe Triple H really is in charge. Shayna Baszler looks to end the nightmare of Rhea Ripley? Holy shit, that's lit. That's like he's gonna, okay. I take that back, okay? Okay, folks, I'm a little butterfly who likes to sit here and lie. I'm a little butterfly who likes to sit here and lie. What am I talking about right now? No, yeah, maybe Triple H really is in charge. Holy shit. That's a pretty lit-ass goddamn list tonight. I like that card. I can't wait to see that card tonight. Tonight's gonna be a dope-ass Raw. If for anything else, it's because I'm here recapping it for you stupid motherfuckers. I love you guys, though. Real talk, no cap, kind of cap. With that being said, let's get into the show. Let's go. You know what I find super hilarious? What was it? Not even 2 or 3 weeks ago, when Michael Cole had a little interview with Seth Rollins, and I think one of the fun facts that Seth Rollins dropped on us, which when you think about it is true, he dropped on us that Michael Cole, in his whole entire 26-year tenure with WWE so far, has only missed 2 shows. I call bullshit, but let's just play along. He says 2 shows. Not even, 3, maybe 2 weeks later, Michael Cole misses a show. Now, granted, he could probably be backstage in a producer role. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe this could be all a part of this whole little, like, you know, conglomerate. I can't think of the word right now. That's why I'm making up gibberish. Maybe this could be one of those deals with USA saying, oh, you know, Michael Cole's on this show. We want him on. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this could be a Triple H ruling. Who knows? But what I know is that Michael Cole isn't on the show after Seth Rollins said all the things that you know that I know that he said that we all know. No, but seriously, though. Hey, that bars. Okay, so far we have Shinsuke Nakamura, who's about to go up against Ricochet. I find it weird, though. So last week, Shinsuke Nakamura attacked him on the entranceway, right? That was the whole deal, right? That's why apparently I didn't watch Raw last week because, again, I have what you guys don't have, which is a job, and I have what you guys also don't have, which is responsibility. he got attacked in the aisleway, right? Going towards the entrance ramp. So he comes out with the exact same entrance. You know, it's that kind of shit right there that does kind of, you know, feel fire to what I mean about the consistency about professional wrestling. Like, Ricochet, maybe talk to the people backstage and be like, hey, don't dim my lights because that's how I got attacked from behind last week. Or, if for nothing else, if you have to do your complicated dumbass entrance, like, shouldn't you, like, at least look behind you? Like, okay, let me see if I'm not going to get attacked again. You know, something along the lines of that. Maybe Shinsuke could have probably tried to start the match off by doing exactly what he did to Ricochet last week and try to get the upper hand on him, and then Ricochet knew it's coming, so then he beats the crap out of Shinsuke Nakamura in the beginning of the match, and then we go picture to picture. No! Common sense did not prevail. Then we had this promo with Sami Zayn. He starts to touch on things. He's like, I miss my boyfriend, Kevin Owens. He just went to SmackDown for the 18th millionth time. Why am I sad? I don't know. He'll be back on Raw in a few more months. That's how the cycle of Kevin Owens usually rotates. Again, he's a new age athletic, more version of versions, emphasis on version, era Big Show. You know, that's what Kevin Owens is. He's a new age Big Show. When you need someone to turn, he's your guy. When you need someone to switch a show, he's your guy. When you need someone to be a world championship, even though it has absolutely no consequence to it whatsoever, he's your guy. That's Kevin Owens. He's this generation's version of the Big Show. Just an evolution. Evolution. Don't get any ideas. Don't bring that show back. Or the stable, but for that matter. But you can bring a stable that's kind of... Okay, what am I talking about? Okay, then you have Finn Balor and the Judgment Day come out because Sami Zayn is like, I can't believe that we had our tag team championships and reached our peaks, and we were taken by surprise by the Judgment Day. Oh wait, hang on. They're actually having a promo. Hang on. Whoa, what were you talking about, Jey Uso? Wait, what do you mean you got something to calm that down? Whoa, what are you talking about, bro? Yo, so before I talk about the whole Sami Zayn stuff, well, actually, let me just kind of do that real quick. Before I talk about this, where I just paused for that, you guys had no clue that I paused for because I edit so awesomely. Yeah, just I'm the greatest editor of all time. You had, so going off of what was said, you had Sami Zayn bitching about Kevin Owens not being here, talking about Jey Uso, it's all your fault that Kevin Owens isn't here. Curse you, Jey Uso, you son of a bitch. You had the Judgment Day come out, and they're all like, we're gonna cut a PG promo. Take it away, Damian Priest, you idiots. There you go, Priest. And then again, the ring, and it's surround him like the Shield, and then they do nothing because Jey Uso come out with steel chairs because Cody Rhodes ain't around, so Jey Uso has no partner also because I was steel chairs without Cody Rhodes, there's no partner. And then he hands a chair to, I never understood, logic in WWE. I mean, with all the years of us trying to see attempted murder, I'm not coming out with a chair, bro. I'm coming out with a gun. I'm sorry. People are probably laughing in the audience right now. No, seriously, think about it, man. If someone's gonna beat the shit out of me, no, I'm gonna bring a knife. I'm gonna bring a gun. I might bring some type of actual weapon. Why does it have to be a chair specifically? Is it like within WWE rules you can only hurt the superstar if it involves a steel chair? Why does it have to be a chair? Always bugged me when I was a kid. I used to think that all the time. Why do you have to attack him with a steel chair? Bro, go pick up that camera outside the ring. Take off your shoe. Take off your belt. Take off something. Like I said, be me. Bring a gun to the ring. I'm just saying, why does it have to be a chair? It doesn't have to be a chair. But after that 7 happened, as I touched on before, we come backstage and Jey Uso meets up with Sami Zayn. He's like, hey man, what's going on, Uso? Why you finna Uso me in the Uso like that, Uso? And Sami Zayn is like, well, it kind of is your fault that all these things are happening, me not having a tag team championship belts, Kevin Owens not being here. Technically, this is all your fault. I mean, really, it's Cody Rhodes, which makes me kind of hate both of you guys even more now. So, can you fuck off? And Jey Uso's like, okay, fine, nigga, I'll fuck off then. And then Sami Zayn's like, fuck you, ladder! And he pushes the ladder for no reason. Goddamn, bro. God, it's just, LLM, ladders lives matter. And then he goes over to, he chases, I like that though. He chases Jey Uso, the camera's following him. And he's just like, yo, ignore that camera guy that's been standing there for the longest. I'm not gonna look at him because he apparently isn't here. Jay, I'm sorry, bro. In reality, I'm a little bitch. And that's what us little bitches do. We bitch and, that's what happens when we bitch. Sorry, bro, I'm a little bitch. And Jey Uso's like, you know what? You alright. I get it. You are a little bitch. And that's okay, because I can be a little bitch sometimes. So we bitches need to sit together. Yo, but by the way, man, I know how you feel, and I got something for that. And then the camera cuts. What do you have for that? Jay, what do you have for that? questions that need to be asked. Fuck who threw the pie at Kevin Owens. What was Jey Uso alluding to when he said he has something for that? Questions that need to be answered. But a bigger question needs to be answered right now is who's going to win this match between Ricochet, Powerpuff Girls versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Goku. We have Powerpuff Girls, Roddy Rough Boys. I like to refer to it. I like to look at him as non-binary, so I might want to call him a Powerpuff Girl. Shinsuke Nakamura, I don't know who he is. Again, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, I don't know. Maybe Cell for all I know. He likes to get tail anyways, right? He likes to suck people off inside his tail anyways, right? He likes to stick people up in his tail, right? Let's see this match and let's watch it continue because this match is actually pretty awesome for I'm seeing so far while I'm bitching and moaning right now on camera. Let's go! Coming right back to Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura. Man, this is going to be the best hour of professional wrestling the entire year. That was fun. That was a really, really, really good first hour. I mean, granted, we got like 20 more minutes left in the hour, but that opener with Sami Zayn and then going into the promo with him and Jay backstage, kind of, you know, going back to their angle, which is probably one of the best things in 2022. That was actually, I mean, all jokes aside, I was, you know, having fun with the angle earlier, but that was actually a pretty good promo for all intents and purposes. No, like, never mind the jokes. It was a good promo, and it was a good opener. And then you go into this match with Ricochet and Shinsuke. Actually, let me say that for last, because that was such a good fucking match. God, that was really, I'm going to talk about that. Hang on for a second. That little promo, I love that a lot. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of Nikki Cross. Not that bullshit superhero gimmick she was doing beforehand, but, and I wish I didn't have a YouTube channel in 2018, or at least I didn't like review shows in 2018. But one of my favorite things during the black and yellow era of NXT back in 2018 was Nikki Cross's character. You know, one of my favorite things that entire year was the whole whodunit angle with who fucked over Aleister Black, now Malachi Black in AEW. And you know, it was a thing where Nikki Cross knew the secret of who actually attacked Aleister Black. It ended up being Johnny Gargano, if you guys don't remember. But it was this thing throughout the weeks where she was like, I know the secret and I'm not going to tell. I loved Nikki Cross's gimmick in NXT. And then the matches she had with Asuka, like the last man standing match, one of my favorite women matches of all time. Just that Nikki Cross character was fucking awesome. I mean, yeah, she came up with Sanity, and I like Sanity to a lesser degree also, but Nikki Cross was the main thing. And it always broke my heart, and I gave up on Nikki Cross after a while because like the way she was booked was like complete fucking trash. And then they brought back the Nikki Cross gimmick that she was getting over in NXT, and then they did nothing with it again because, again, you guys can say whatever you want about Vince McMahon. I mean, he lost his touch, man. It's just, it is what it is. You get old with age, it is what it is. I'm not talking about from a business standpoint. I don't give a fuck about business. I'm talking from my own personal entertainment. He lost his touch. And he didn't really do anything with Nikki Cross, even when she brought back this gimmick. I love the segment backstage where you had Piper Niven and the girls talking backstage, which, by the way, hopefully, I forgot their names. God, the women, Ricochet's ex-girlfriend and the I think she's black. The tag team, I forgot their fucking names, dude. That sucks, though. I hope they win the tag team championships after a while. I mean, that's hopefully Triple H puts it on them. They could redefine that tag team championships for the women's division. But they're talking, and at first you don't see Nikki Cross, or at least I didn't see her, sitting on top of the cases, and they pan over to Piper Niven talking to Chelsea Green, and they're having this whole little conversation with I forgot the girl's name, not Zoe Starks. I always get them confused. The girl that's teaming up with Becky Lynch, who's a rookie with her and whatnot. But then they pan back over and you see Nikki Cross on top of the cases, and she's like rocking back and forth, and she's like picking on something, like maybe scabs on her hands or something. I just thought that was really cool. I fucking love Nikki Cross. Hopefully she does. I really hope they do something with Nikki Cross this time, man. She's so fucking awesome. But this match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Ricochet, that was fucking lit. They beat the dog shit out of each other. I mean, they beat the ever-loving piss out of each other. But it was like within the confines of like Ricochet has got to be like in his mid-30s right now. Incredible that he can do the stuff that he can do. But then again, maybe it's not. When you don't get booked on television, it's kind of hard to injure yourself, right? And just the stuff Ricochet was doing, man. By the way, this Imperium promo, I'm watching Imperium right now, and Gunther's like surrounded by like fire. What a great vignette. What a great first hour of Raw. This is really fun. I love this shit. They're just boosting up Gunther. But yeah, nevertheless though, you had Ricochet, who, like, the shit he was doing in this match, bro. Like, it was one spot, one of my favorite spots actually in this match. It was two he did. So, like, he did, like, they were fighting backstage, and, like, he did, like, this RVD-esque roll over someone's back, but it was the referee, though. They were fighting in, like, the gorilla position area. He rolled over the referee's back, and he kneed Shinsuke Nakamura in the face. Then they come back out to the ringside area down the ramp, and you had Shinsuke Nakamura throw Ricochet against, like, the banner, the ribbon banner, and, like, Ricochet ran up the wall and did, like, some fucking wall flip parkour shit. That was awesome. Then they fought in the crowd, and this is probably the high spot probably of the year for any wrestling promotion, in my opinion, where, like, they're, like, fighting in the crowd, and, like, Ricochet, he goes up on, like, the top level of, like, the audience rafters, like, you know, in the rafters, like, near the entranceway. It's kind of set up like the entranceway kind of reminded me of Jeff Hardy when he did the Swanton to Bubba Ray during the Royal Rumble 2000 match, you know, the tag team tornado table match. They had like that camera angle in that view. The railway looks like the entranceway, like, I don't know, it looks like an old school MSG entranceway, if you will. Well, Ricochet gets on that rafters and he does like a shooting star press off the rafters onto Shinsuke. But I mean, obviously it was security guards to catch him, but I still thought the image was cool. More in particular, that little undershot they caught him with, that looked really dope. That's going to be in Ricochet's highlight package when eventually something happens with him from a highlight perspective. That was a really, really dope maneuver. You get to ringside, they pull out some, you know, Gaga, brought the table out. Shinsuke kicked him off the ropes. He went through a table. That kind of irked me a little bit because Ricochet technically no-sold the table spot. And like Shinsuke Nakamura ran and hit him with the Kinshasa out of the table rubble, and then he got the win. Great fucking match. That was fucking awesome. I had a blast. I feel as if I would have had more of a blast if AEW wasn't around and they fucked over every goddamn wrestling spot known to mankind. But it is what it is. Like, this is one of my favorite TV matches of the year. They fucking killed it. And we still got Gunther and Bronson Reed, which is the match I'm looking more forward to, in the tag team championship match. So good shit all across the board, man. This shit kicked a lot of ass. Good first hour of Raw. You know what I'm digging about this episode of Raw so far? Like, it's 3 hours, but they're not letting anything go to waste tonight. Like, usually when I watch Raw, it's so much goddamn useless, pointless filler. I swear to God, every goddamn segment has a point. Like, say what you want about Triple H. You can say whatever you like to about Triple H and NXT and all this kind of stuff. It's a funner show. If he really is in charge of creative, and honestly, it's starting to look that way because Raw's actually fucking good. It's not to say that Triple H is the best booker in the world, but if it's now starting to be good when allegedly he's in creative, when it was fucking horrible when allegedly Vince was making the decisions again, like, I'm pretty sure it looks like Triple H is in control. And for the people who don't like NXT, you care so much for AEW, so much that you have to fucking be obsessed with them. I said NXT before, but I mean AEW, okay? If you care so much about wanting the momentum to be trickled back in the WWE side, you will want something like this. You will want Triple H to book because he's a better booker than Vince at this day and age. I'm not saying generally speaking, but I mean right now, currently. This is a great episode of Raw so far. We got a bunch of things that I want to talk about real quick though, because even though we have some great things, there is a couple of things that I do want to touch on that I kind of feel like I would be remiss if I don't mention it. If I give criticism to AEW about it, the same thing can be said about WWE. First and foremost, because I got like 4 segments I want to run down real quick, or 3 segments. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance really need to win those tag team championship belts. I touched on that beforehand, but like, so clearly they're getting ready to do Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, most likely going up against, I still can't remember her name to say my name. I remember Kaden Carter and Katana Chance after a while, but I forgot the other girl's name. I mean, really, I don't care about her anyways, but her and Natalia, clearly that's the path they're going to go down. I really don't care who wins that match for the tag team championship belts. I really, really don't care. As long as the next people in line for that championship belt is Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. I truly feel if they win those tag team championship belts, they're going to be the ones to put the tag team division on their back, and I feel as if they'll be moving those belts, whatever belts, in the right direction. You also got Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day backstage. They were conversating. Damian Priest, he's like, I feel so bad about Drew McIntyre, but at the same time he screwed me over, and Daddy Cakes, I need to get my revenge. We need to go out there, we need to make an example out of Mr. Drew McIntyre, Daddy. And Dominic Mysterio's the shit, okay? He gets up and he sounds like such a little boy. He's like, but guys, Mommy said we can't. I mean, he's literally talking like that. Mommy said we can't touch Drew. She's going to talk to him. And Drew and Finn are like, this little bitch here. But before they can get out what they want to say, you have Rhea Ripley. She comes into frame and she's like, yeah, I talked to Drew McIntyre. Like, you guys worry about your tag team championships belts. I got this. And they're like, okay, cool. You worry about Shayna Baszler too, right? You got her? I completely forgot that match. Yeah, we got Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley coming up. That's not even to talk about, you know, the Intercontinental Championship match or the tag team championship match. Again, this is a dope ass Raw so far. It feels like it's going by really fast. And then you had this promo with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Now, the stuff that they were talking was great. Like, great dialogue, great back and forth between the two. Seth Rollins, you know, talking about his championship reign and, you know, reminding Drew McIntyre that, hey, you know, you blaming the bloodline and you blaming everybody for this. You know, it's not, I mean, get over it. I mean, no matter how much you blame, it's not going to help you get the championship belt off of me. And then Drew McIntyre, which you could tell he really feels this way, obviously. You know, maybe not so much about the bloodline stuff because of the obvious storyline implications that happened throughout it. But, like, the initial, you know, like, I didn't get the chance to wrestle in front of fans like everybody else has. I mean, when I got my chance to shine, fans left because of the pandemic. And as soon as my time started to wind and it ended, the fans came back, which I can sympathize with, because that's true. Literally, from the beginning of his reign all the way to his end of his championship belt. Remember that now. He won the championship belt at the first WrestleMania where there was no audience. His last title defense during that reign, during that whole situation, that whole thing happened at the very end, or it happened at the very beginning of the crowds coming back at the following year of WrestleMania. So I can see where Drew McIntyre is coming from. But they started going back and forth, and, you know, one of the things, you know, storyline stuff, you know, Seth Rollins is like, you know, because apparently he's aligned with the bloodline, allegedly, because backstage, you had Drew McIntyre and Rhea Ripley talking backstage during Ricochet and Adam Pearce's dialogue last week. Good stuff. I like when they do shit like that. And, yeah, it's all good, and all that's awesome. My only thing is, as good as his dialogue was, my same complaint about this is the same thing I'm going to leverage against WWE that I said about AEW. You got to put your world championship, your world title, whatever the case to be, in the main event picture. You got to do it, man. You keep making these decisions, and AEW has the same problem with MJF. Sorry, I sneezed. You didn't hear that, though. You keep making these same decisions, like the same thing that MJF and AEW did, the same thing. You got to put your world champion in the main event. They need to mean something. The more and more you do stuff like this, the more and more you deteriorate the prestige of the world championship belt. If I'm gonna, now granted, I would say WWE do not do it to the world championship like AEW does it. No, AEW is overboard with not showing their world champion in the prestige light. Plus, at the end of the day, Seth Rollins is a name, so I guess, you know, he's more of a name than an MJF, so that it's a way, you could probably say I'm being a little bit more double standard about it. I mean, I think that's fair to say that I'm having a little bit of a double standard with MJF as world champion versus Seth Rollins as world champion, but understand that Seth Rollins is a made man versus MJF isn't. That world championship belt is underneath the WWE umbrella, which is a household name, versus the AEW world championship underneath that umbrella isn't. Yes, it's a double standard. I'm going to hold them to the same liable. I'm going to give them the same criticism, but I will give more leeway to WWE. Not to mention, again, they don't do it the way AEW does. They go overboard with how they treat their world championship belt. But the same criticisms could go to WWE also. Just saying. With that being said, though, Johnny Gargano is about to go up against Ludwig Kaiser, so let's get on with that match. And probably the weakest segment of the night so far. I'll probably say this is even more weaker than, I'll probably say Piper Niven and Natalya was the weakest segment of the night. But this one isn't really too far behind it with Johnny Gargano versus, not Fabian Eichner. Fabian Eichner's the bald head one. Now, this is Ludwig Kaiser. I keep getting their names mixed up. The match was fine, I guess. I mean, it just was there. But, you know, if it means we're going to get Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano having their little DIY reunion versus Ludwig Kaiser and Avian Eichner. I think he has another name. Oh yeah, Giovanni Vinci, if I remember correctly. If he's going to get a tag team match to them, that should be pretty cool. It's not common to get a lower card tag team match on WWE for a pay-per-view show or whatever. I mean, I hope they put it on pay-per-view for the show, for the Saudi Arabia show. They probably will, they probably won't. But I will say that at the very least, it's like, okay, that's very uncommon. You don't get that very often. So if it means that it's promoting that, just because, you know, it's just something a little bit more different. We got it all the time when I was growing up. It ain't like we had just one tag team on there. You know, we got lower card tag team matches all the time when I was growing up. So, you know, it's a little bit of a change of pace. I like it. And then you had backstage Becky Lynch walking through the aisleway. Apparently it's going to be her versus I forgot the girl's name. God damn it, I gotta get more used to these names, bro. Oh man, you know the retard girl from The Way? It's her versus Becky Lynch for the women's championship, most likely tomorrow or next week, who cares. And then she like confronts Rhea Ripley, which you got to think that's going to probably be presented as the WrestleMania match coming up. So, you know, that's fine. It is what it is. Not really much to talk about these segments. Although I do want to touch something real quick. I just got like a notification like not even 2 minutes ago that speculated why Michael Cole isn't here tonight. So I should probably at least talk about that. I wonder. Come on. And it's weird too because it is a season premiere, their so-called season premiere. You know, it'd be kind of weird for him to miss it for no reason. Michael Cole had requested time off for a previous obligation a while back, WWE sources tell us. Okay, well, see, there you go right there. So like I said, at least now I know he's not even backstage or anything like that. You missed 3 shows, Michael. You claimed 2 in 25, and goddamn it all, you missed 3. Get back to work, jabroni. But with that being said, let's continue on with the show. Again, not really much to talk about with these segments. That's interesting. Okay. See, I thought they were going to go at first with the whole Fatal 4-Way route with Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez or Gonzalez or whatever the fuck, Diaz, Martinez, whatever. I mean, I can't keep up with your last names nowadays, okay? How about I just call you Mexico? How about that? We'll just do that. You know what? They got to, look, because it feels kind of weird, like, you got 5 people now because apparently, what's the other girl's name? Zoe Starks. You had her get involved. So you had this match with Rhea versus Shayna Baszler, which was actually pretty decent. It was actually starting to cook. The crowd was kind of dead, but I feel as if the crowd was starting to get more receptive as the match was going on. And then you had Nia Jax. She got involved in the match. Then, you know, Raquel Mexico got involved, and then they started fighting, and then they made their way into the ring, and then, you know, out of nowhere, for some reason, you had Zoe Stark get involved. I mean, I get it from legitimate reasons because she wants to get a shot at the women's championship also. It just seems kind of random, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be really awkward, though, because, like, you can't, unless they're planning on bringing back the championship scramble, but I highly doubt that. So, if that's not going to be the case, if that's not the path they're going to go down, obviously, then it's going to probably be a 5-pack challenge, which is kind of weird, a fatal 5-way match. I feel like you should make it a fatal 6-way or what would you call it? A sensational 6-way? I don't know. Fuck, my God. I don't want to give WWE any ideas. And if you got one more person you got to insert into that match, I'm just saying, I talked about this earlier, but my girl Nikki Cross is sitting right there. She's sitting right there. She right there. Get her involved in the match because it's so awkward. You can't do 5, right? Not to mention, let me see. The baby faces. Are there any baby faces in this match? I don't think so. At least it doesn't feel like it. I'm not sure about Zoe Stark. I feel like she is a babyface because of the whole Trish Stratus stuff, but at the same time, I'm not sure. But for a fact, though, Shayna Baszler, I think she's a heel, although I'm still not sure also because Ronda Rousey was a heel, but I feel like she's not a heel. I mean, we know Rhea Ripley's not a heel. Well, we know Rhea Ripley's a heel. We know Nia Jax is a heel. I mean, I don't think there's any baby faces in this match outright besides Raquel Mexico, right? I'm just saying, you know, get Nikki Cross involved in this match and make it a sensational 6-way. Yeah, I totally said sensational again. Seriously, WWE's going to hear this and they're going to pick it up and they're going to cringe it all to death. But yeah, get Nikki Cross involved. I mean, might as well, right? I mean, it's all just to put Rhea Ripley over at the end of the day. So I'd be cool with a 6-pack challenge if they were to go that route. I would have preferred the Fatal 4-Way match because, you know, those are like 4 of the most badass women wrestlers currently on the roster right now. And it's kind of nice to now see like an actual division of the women because, you know, for as long as Rhea Ripley had nobody to fuck with. And now she has Nia Jax, now she has Raquel Rodriguez, Gonzalez, Martinez. Javier, I don't know. And then you got, Shayna Baszler. Now you got, what's her name, Zoe Starks. And, now you got, what's her name also, if they want to bring her in, Nikki Cross. And then you have on SmackDown, you have Charlotte, you have Asuka, you have Damage Control with Io Shirai. The divisions are starting to shape up a little tiny bit, and that's pretty cool. It took them a long fucking time, but they're finally getting around to it. But with that being said, we got Bronson Reed coming up next with Gunther, so let's get to that. Okay, so before we talk about this dope-ass fucking match, holy shit, that was awesome. Can I just say something really, really quick? Yo, okay, I'm not saying you have to put Miz in, certain situations where he has to be a world champion or even an Intercontinental champion because Gunther has that motherfucking shit unlocked right now. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't bother you guys. It's not even so much the Miz, but it is the notion that he is a former 2-time world champion. You know what I mean? If you're not going to use him correctly in terms of putting him in a position that merits that former status, then maybe it's time for The Miz to maybe get off of television. And I like The Miz. I really do like The Miz. But, he is still a former world champion when it's all said and done. And it's so fucking weird to see him in positions where he's being used like this with that title bestowed upon him. You know what I mean? I'm not, if this is going to continue being this way, then just take him off of television overall, because I don't know, I feel like it kind of hurts the prestige of your world championship knowing that he was a former world champion when he has to conduct himself in this manner. By the way, I seen this AIDS commercial on television. Did you guys get that on your set, on your airway also? It's this commercial selling this AIDS pill, and it's talking about all the side effects. And then on one portion of the AIDS video, you have this lady who I would presume is the one who has AIDS getting married and kissing the guy. What the actual fuck is wrong? Okay, no, not gonna get demoted off. Okay, no, Devontae, don't go that path. This is how you got kicked off YouTube. Bite your motherfucking tongue. Okay, let's talk about the real main event. By the way, Nia Jax taking the microphone from The Miz and then standing right in front of that robot of a fucking interviewer. Was it just me or did you guys think she was gonna fart on her? I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, Bronson Reed versus Gunther. That's pro wrestling. Okay, first and foremost, let's just say it right motherfucking now. Now, you can make an argument to a lesser degree that if you want to say Bryan Danielson, I would not be opposed to that. I can't quite frankly say Roman Reigns because he's not around enough for me to want to say Roman Reigns. But I think when it comes down to, as far as the Lou Thez Award is considered, it's going to come down to Bryan Danielson and it's got to come down to Gunther. It's one of those two. It's either Bryan Danielson or Gunther for the Lou Thez Award for the best pro wrestler of the year. Not draw, that goes to Roman Reigns. I mean best overall pro wrestler of the year. It's either Bryan Danielson or it's Gunther. Take your pick. Personally, I love Bryan Danielson. He's one of my favorite wrestlers today, and quite frankly, probably in my top 10 officially right about now. I'm gonna give it to Gunther. Because Gunther's also out there. He's one of my favorite wrestlers today, too, and out there in my top 10. So I can say that also. Gunther is just the fucking man, dude. This match with Bronson Reed was so hard-hitting. It was so brutal. Was I the only one thinking also when they went for the superplex spot, especially after doing the top 25 SmackDown shit, was I the only one that thought they were going to probably do the whole ring collapse spot? I thought for a second they were going to do that spot. They didn't. They let them go out there and have their match. It's just Bronson Reed's chest, bro. And I gotta say too, last year, or I guess a year and a half now, I shitted all over Bronson Reed because of his politics and how he carried himself. And like I said, I still think he's a shitty person. But as a wrestler, the dude's a beast. The dude's a beast. I like Bronson Reed. He's good. He's good. He's a piece of shit. But as a wrestler, he's good. I like him. I like to see. I want to see more of Bronson Reed. But I want to see more of Gunther. Gunther powerbombed Bronson Reed. That's fucking insane. That Bronson. And then you think about the stretch of matches. Gunther doesn't know how to have a bad match. He just doesn't. The Tommaso Ciampas, the Chad Gables, the Drew McIntyres, the Sheamuses of the world. He doesn't know how to have a bad fucking match. It's just that's just facts. My God, he's wrestler of the year. Wrestler of the year. He has nowhere to go. No, he has nowhere to go but up from here. Oh, hang on. I see Rhea Ripley on television. Hang on for a second, guys. Oh no, Tozawa. What was he doing? Tozawa was doing his thing. I don't know what Tozawa was doing, and it has me scared. I am the scares of the Tozawa. What was that? I'm not even gonna explain that. You guys can go check it out yourselves. But Tozawa was doing his Tozawa thing. Props to Tozawa. Oh yeah, we saw Chad Gable and what's his name, Otis Redding going up against the New Gay next week, and I guess tag team championship match. Who cares? As long as you can get Chad Gable back into the Intercontinental Championship picture, then I'm okay with that. Also, we have the Fatal 4-Way match. Fatal 5-Way match confirmed with Rio de P, Neo Drix, Raquel Mexico, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. They're gonna have their match in Saudi Arabia. Hopefully they don't get decapitated like the people in Israel. And that's pretty much it. But what was I talking about early on? Oh yeah, Gunther being the fucking GOAT, because he is the fucking GOAT. Did I mention he's a fucking GOAT? I think I rented strong enough in the positive way for Gunther. He is the GOAT. So with that being said, right now coming out, it's the Judgment Day, so we're gonna get ready for the Tag Team Championship match, and I will catch you guys later. Deuces. Oh wait, no, it's at that time yet. Okay, wait. First Tag Team Championship match, and then Deuces P.I.s. So let's see the Tag Team Championship, and then okay, you get the gist. Let's go. And new WWE Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day. I can't do a good Howard Finkel. I can't. I gotta get like the deepness in my voice. I can't. I try to get some of that energy from beyond the grave, but it just isn't. It's not working. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Clearance. It's not worth it. Okay, so we had this Tag Team Championship match of the Judgment Day versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. As always, I never have a problem per se with the Judgment Day and the combination of say a Cody Rhodes and a Jey Uso and a Sami Zayn and a Kevin Owens. The problem with them has never been their matches. Their matches are always off the goddamn chain. The problem with them is just the repetitiveness, you know what I mean? And hopefully this kind of puts the kibosh on this angle now. Hopefully this is all over with, if you know what I'm saying. Hopefully we can move on. Kevin Owens is now on SmackDown, right? Sami Zayn is now doing stuff hopefully with Jey Uso more often, right? I mean, I don't know where this leaves Cody Rhodes. I mean, that's kind of peculiar, but hopefully now they can move away from this Judgment Day stuff. Hopefully you can get over with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano and these other people, and then they can start feuding with Judgment Day over the Tag Team Championship. But there's just no more of this nonsense. No more Cody Rhodes, no more Jey Uso, no more Kevin Owens, no more Sami Zayn, no more Judgment Day. I'm happy this is probably most likely over with now. Just put the kibosh on that. So this match, again, went on as usual. Again, really, really good match from both teams. They killed it, as always. We did get a spot where they kicked out of the 1D combination, the Cody. Good God almighty. Thank God this is short-lived. Just went to hear that terrible-ass tag team finish name. Finn Balor kicked out of that move. I thought that was actually kind of peculiar. The match did go on. I thought at first the finish was going to be something involving Sami Zayn, most likely. But then I was like, nice, having the match with Drew McIntyre. That wouldn't make any sense. Apparently Cody Rhodes got... So Cody Rhodes took a spot where... Damian Priest hit him with the Razor's Edge through the announcement table, and then you get back into the ring, and Jey Uso, he's trying his best to combat. He's taking out Damian Priest, he's taking out Finn Balor, he's getting ready to set up for an Uso splash, where out of nowhere a wild Jimmy Uso appears, and he super kicks Jey Uso on the ring apron. Make this the final encounter. I mean, God, we still got Survivor Series coming up, so it's kind of hard, because you can tell now. Before, I was kind of thinking to myself that they were going to do something a little bit more like Judgment Day and War Games. I mean, that could still be the case now, but it's pretty damn clear the path that they're heading down towards. It's most likely going to be Team Cody versus Team Roman, isn't it? That's probably the path they're going to go down. That's why they keep trying to kind of tease the whole stuff with the Judgment Day and Roman Reigns and the Judgment Day and the Bloodline, because it's probably going to be what I'm assuming. Let's say Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Damian Priest versus and Roman Reigns and Dominic might not be in the match. It could still be Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Jey or Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns, but that'd probably be the 5 most likely, versus Cody, Jimmy, Sami, Kevin, and I don't know if I want to say Drew, because Drew might be busy with Seth Rollins. Who'd be the 5th person on that team? So wait, Cody, Drew, No, not Drew. Sorry, Cody, Jay, Sami. Oh, you know what? LA Knight. I didn't think about that. Yeah, LA Knight. So LA Knight, Cody, Jay, Sami, and probably Kevin Owens, I would assume, versus the Bloodline combination of, well, it might be, let's say, you know, it could be Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, or it might be Team Jimmy versus Team Jay, and you do something else with Roman Reigns for the World Championship, and then you can really have Jimmy and Solo and the rest of the, what's his name again? Judgment Day, right? So maybe Team Jimmy versus Team Jay rather than Team Cody versus Team Roman. And then it could be Jay, it could be Cody, it could be Sami, it could be Kevin, it could be LA Knight versus, damn, I keep getting myself confused. See, this is why you don't smoke, kids. Versus the Bloodline consisting of Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, and the rest of Judgment Day with Finn Balor, Dominic, and Damian Priest. And that could be your War Games match right there. And then Roman could probably face AJ Styles for the World Championship at Survivor Series. Yeah, that kind of seems like the path that he'd probably go down, right? And then you probably get a rematch between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins in some kind of cockamamie way. Right? Yeah, okay. So cool. I just booked your serious. But back to the match, though. After all that stuff happened, Finn Balor took advantage and he ended up hitting the coup de grace to win the Tag Team Championship belts back. So, again, as I painted out, that's probably going to be the path that they're most likely going to go down. So let's run down that one more time. So my prediction for Survivor Series is going to be Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre in a rematch, and then the War Games match is going to be Team Jay versus Team Jimmy. Team Jay consisting of Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and LA Knight versus the team of the Bloodline and Judgment Day, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Damian Priest. Boom! Who has the goddamn skills to book matches on the fly? No, I'm joking. Everybody knew these matches going to happen, right? I mean, maybe Roman Reigns is a little bit more convoluted, but I still think that's probably the path they're going to go down towards. And overall, this Raw tonight kicked a lot of ass. It kicked a lot of brute. It kicked so much brute. I actually very much enjoyed this. These 3 hours went by so goddamn fast, it made my head spin. More of this. More of this. Say what you want about Vince McMahon and Triple H, and you know, people for some reason have like this parasocial relationship between Vince and McMahon. It's so fucking weird. I don't give a fuck about Vince McMahon. What I give a fuck about is what gives me good views on YouTube, and at the same time, what gives me entertainment value. And if Triple H is the one booking shows like this, then goddamn it, keep Triple H in charge and give me some more of this, because this was actually a lot better than SmackDown last Friday. And no, this Friday coming up, I think, I don't know if Roman Reigns is going to be on the card. Did they say Roman Reigns is going to be on the show? Oh, and also next week for Raw, we do got Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. And there was one more match. Oh, yeah, Becky Lynch putting her NXT championship on line against Indy Hartwell. But I expect to see more coming into that. Also, they said Ludwig Kaiser was supposed to be going after Johnny Gargano. So there's some stuff to look forward to tomorrow, or next week, I guess. Speaking of tomorrow, too, don't forget, tomorrow I will be reviewing NXT. And this has probably been one of my longest show reviews of all time. So let me stop recording right now. Let me get the fuck up out of here. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, my name is Devontae. Deuces, P. Eyes.